What's cooking, folks? Vermillion Phoenix here, and today we're jumping into some more Orcs must die Unchained. This time we are going to be doing one and done with Cygnus. He probably has the hardest time with this just because he spends the entire map juggling his mana, and without something to hold aggro or slow minions down, that pretty much gives him a lot of trouble. So let's see what we can do to try to work around that and see if we can, basically make his damage shine where possible.
I drank my prune juice this morning. Look out!
Old man jokes. Hashtag old man jokes. Gotta get that prune juice.
Just like old times.
Alright, so the basic strategy for this map is going to be the same the entire way through. And sorry if I'm sniffling a bit here. I am still just a tad under the weather. Hopefully I can be completely recovered over the next weekend so that you guys don't have to deal with that anymore. But we're going to force the enemies to path into this priest guardian here, and we're going to use him as sort of a mana battery. In addition to that, we are going to want to try to insta-kill as many of these minions as we possibly can.
That trap goes on the wall.
So with Cygnus, because the name of the game with him is literally just damage, that's what we're going to try to focus on as far as what we do in the beginning. Alright, so it looks like on the mini-map they hit this area first. I thought that was going to break first, but I was wrong. So we're going to start backing away as soon as they start coming around the bend here. We don't really have any way to deal solid like AoE damage that pierces through the ranks. So once we get back here, we're going to drop the rift. That'll double our damage, and then we're just going to start trying to burn through as many of the minions as possible. Alright, and it looks to be working from here. Oh, and looks like we're going to have some issues. Alright, that worked. That was really close. But the kobolds are pretty much your only real issue with Cygnus because you lack a true AoE method in the beginning. Alright, now the good thing about having to deal with money bags with Cygnus is just that you deal more damage with everything when Rift Lord activates. That includes the Ice Amulet. There we go. Just wanted to focus on getting those shots in for a second. Alright. Man emotes. Lovely. So Cygnus's movement is actually quite a hindrance here. Alright, we got that up just in time. Alright, and this was the one that was missing. Okay. With the unstable rift opening that far back, we're not really worried about too much. Let's start with the spike traps. Alright, nice. Now the reason that I'm not super worried about that unstable rift is that essentially it's going to drop a couple of explosive kobolds, but they have a chance of being knocked away by everything that we basically built already. Doesn't look like we got the other one, but he's coming around the corner here, so we'll just zap him, and then we were going to sell those anyway, so we're going to be a little short on money for new traps, but that's fine. With that done the way it is, that's pretty much all we needed to do. Now we're lucky that our priest here hasn't really taken or sustained much damage, so we don't really have a lot to worry about. We just need to make sure that we keep piling his damage on as soon as those guys get around the corner. Now I'm entirely expecting the guardian that we leave at the top of the screen to just die. Alright, and then as soon as we have the opportunity, we're going to drop our rift. Just make sure that you keep piling on the chain lightning as often as possible. It's your best way at dealing with crowds, and pretty solid. Alright.
The temple is as sacred as the river.
And it looks like we are A-okay. It's that lovely Cygnus damage in action.
Right there.
Alright, we're going to add some grinders, as I usually like to do here.
Just like old times.
We're going to sell a couple of them eventually to make sure that we're able to deal with the kobolds as they open up in the future. But not that big a deal at the moment. Alright, looks like we got some heavy guys coming too, so let's go ahead and drop that. We're going to take Fraternal Instinct. I would actually recommend for most people to go Mini Master, but I just don't like having to summon the Rift multiple times here.
One of our guardians has fallen. Enemy minions incoming.
Alright. Now those guys will literally only be a problem if they manage to get through everything else that we have here. And it doesn't look like they did. So we're fine. Alright, now let's drop these. And then we're going to come over here and build these guys.
Right there.
And we just need to make sure that this area is blocked off. And we don't have enough for another grinder, but so what we're going to do is just spike up the area in front of these, and we should be good.
They're breaking through again.
Now you don't really have a good place to stand for
Broken through the gate.
acting as a battery any longer. So what you're going to do is you're basically going to stand here and try to trigger chain lightnings. That seemed to be really bad at that. Alright, I'm actually going to move a bit further out here right now so that I can place a few more grinders. The more grinders you have, the better. Alright, and traps at this point should pretty much take care of everything. These large guys, you will want to start zapping just to make sure they don't manage to get too far. They will clog up things a bit more easily than the kobolds will. That's the end of our second guardian, but we no longer need him for the mana regeneration because our damage is high enough that the lightning explosions and the traps will actually do the majority of the work for us, which is ideally where we want it to be.
We need more coin.
Okay. So we're just under 7 minutes. We're actually doing this a little bit faster than I did with Zoe, which I'm surprised about.
We've summoned a boss minion. Unstable rift is opening. Quick, destroy it.
Okay, Unstable Rift is opening up the stairs. Don't really think it's going to be that big of a deal, but I'm going to see if I can try to find an angle to zap it. No, it doesn't really look like I can.
Who says I'm too old for new tricks?
Okay.
The unstable rift was not destroyed. Enemy minions incoming.
All right. Now we can unchain and basically murder the crap out of the boss and whatever else happens to be around here. Okay, and that's it. Not much to do. Alright, so there's your one and done with Cygnus. Looks like I still scored better with mechs, but that was a pretty solid run. Not too many issues to deal with, although I didn't manage to catch those 2 kobolds that blew up the couple of barricades that I had there, and that could have resulted in maybe an additional couple of spikes or another grinder, but it is what it is. Still worked out. It was still 5 stars, and hopefully that should help you guys out. But if you have any more questions, or if you have anything else that you'd like to say about this particular challenge, feel free to let me know. Drop it in the comments below. Always love just talking with you guys about the game and what's possible here. But guess I'll be signing off for now. Thanks as always for watching. I sincerely appreciate it, and until next time, guys, have a good one.